We are Cactus Wrestling. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos.
Okay, welcome back to Cactus Wrestling. Man, oh man, we had some fun wrestling to follow and spectate this past weekend and just a couple days ago, even. The Journeyman Collegiate Duals were pretty crazy.
Yeah, a lot happened. A lot happened.
I mean, we'll get our thoughts on the whole Cornell Iowa State debacle.
Oh, that, yeah.
Stay tuned for that. But we'll just start at 125. So this weight is absolutely insane.
That's a festering turd right there. Like,
A festering turd. That's great.
oh my God. Like, it is so up for grabs. I don't remember the last time a weight has been so up for grabs that like every guy is just as likely as the next. It's like every time there's a new number one guy, he gets knocked off by somebody else.
Yeah, there's definitely no clear number one.
No.
It's the only weight class, I think, where there's absolutely no clear number one.
Well, it's not even like there's a clear like number top five. It's not even like these guys are going to be the top five guys, and then there's the rest of the field. It's like just here's the guys, everybody at the weight, and anybody could be anywhere.
Yeah, we're gonna have a updated midseason rankings video for 125 pretty soon. And when I was going through it, I had gotten to 20 and then top 20, and it was like, man, the disparity between like 20 and 1 is not even that far off. I mean, it is to some extent, but
Yeah,
it's just so deep.
yeah. So
So just to dive in, what we saw this past weekend, Cooper Flynn comes out of nowhere.
well, he comes out of Olympic red shirt. That's what he does. He's like, oh, you know what? I'm not gonna Olympic red shirt. Instead, I'm coming for that title. It's up for grabs. I want to throw my hat in the ring.
Well, Virginia Tech didn't really have much choice because Eddie Ventresca decided to just be terrible this year.
Honestly, yeah, it's like he got worse somehow. Like, doesn't he have a losing record?
Oh, definitely. And he's lost to guys who are not even like
Yeah, they're
all
not
that
ranked
great.
or yeah, right, right.
So it's tough to say. Like obviously Cooper Flynn, we've seen him in freestyle, but this is his first crack in folk style. He knocks off number one Nico Provo.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Nico just won the Reno, not the Reno. He just won CKLV in not commanding, but commanding fashion, knocking off three top
Pretty
ranked
commanding.
guys. And Cooper Flynn's first match back, boom, knocks off.
I don't think Provo gave up a takedown in Vegas.
Yeah, I mean, Provo wrestled the hell of a tournament. It was, yeah.
And he loses 5-2. So so it's like, okay, well, that messes up everything.
Let's go back to the drawing board because, and I mean, all those Camacho lovers who were like putting Camacho ranked number one.
He went 0-3.
Yeah, that was short lived. He knocks off Ramos, gets the number one ranking, and then the next three matches he wrestles, boom, 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 and he gets pinned in one of them too. Like,
I was honestly surprised that he actually wrestled Noto. I thought for sure that he was not going to wrestle that one. So kudos that he
yeah,
actually wrestled the match. And it
that's
was
true.
close.
That's true.
It was
But
close.
I mean, I'm surprised that Noto isn't the one that pinned him.
Well, because Noto, in my mind, is the new number one.
Right. Like, I mean, and he's also notorious for being good on top. So you'd think of any one of the three guys that he wrestled that was gonna pin Camacho, that Noto would have been the guy. But no, that's
No,
that didn't happen.
Brendan McCrone says, nah, I'm going to take you down and then slap on the meanest, tightest cradle of like wrestling
Yeah, I saw
history.
the clips of that.
Yeah. And he pins him in 36 seconds.
That's unreal. Camacho had a day. That must have been the most demoralizing day. Like he's probably at the lowest of low points after beating Ramos and being at like the highest of high points. Like he's got to be like just rethinking everything. Like where have I been going wrong that I had just such a bad day? I mean,
And
I'm sure he'll bounce back.
not to mention, I mean, him getting pinned costs NC State the duel against Ohio State.
Well, I mean, you could argue that any of those 3 pins cost the duel. If any one of those 3 pins didn't happen, I mean, I think the most egregious one is Ryan Jack, because that was what 6 to 8 seconds away from going to overtime.
Yeah, yeah, it
Instead,
was
he got
tied
pinned.
6-6, 6 seconds left in the regulation, and Ryan Jack. Oh wait, hold on.
Like you watch that clip, you're like, what is he even going for?
Why would you go for something like that? Like he was going for like a scramble position. He wasn't going to score with 6 seconds
It was just
left in
like,
that
oh,
position.
shag. Oh, I'm gonna get pinned. Yeah. Okay. Like
Yeah.
he gave Buzakis the position.
No.
Or not the position, the top.
Mendez.
Yeah, he gave Mendez the position.
He
Buzakis
sure did.
fell.
He sure did. But hey, how about Nick Buzakis though?
Yeah.
Headlocking and pinning Kaiarini.
I mean, you don't see Arini get pinned. Like,
You don't
I
see
don't
any of
remember.
these guys get pinned.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that these 3 guys were the 3 guys that got pinned, and it also cost the team the duel. Like, these are top 5 guys. They don't
All of
get
them.
pinned.
All of them, yeah. All 3 of them, yeah.
Well, Ryan Jack, is he top 5?
Yeah, he's ranked 4.
On which ranking?
Flo.
Oh, Flo hasn't. I don't
And the
think
Intermat, I think.
he got it. He's that high.
4 or 5, yeah.
Well, jeez. Okay. I didn't realize he was that high on all of them. I thought it was just the one, but
It was
still.
funny because I mean, obviously Pat Pop was your coach, and
Yeah.
when I saw the back-to-back-to-back pins, I was like, on a scale of 1 to murder, what is Pat Pop's reaction in the post-match talk going to be?
Oh, I mean, yeah, I wouldn't want to be in that room. I wouldn't want to be anywhere near him for that conversation that he probably had with the team. Like it,
Is he
you
yelly? He's yelly.
not exactly like he does yell, but like it's almost like he's admonishing you, like or he's like he's hitting you where it hurts because everything he's saying is true, and it's like, yeah, we fucked up, we really messed this up here, and it's like, yeah, no, it probably was not a fun conversation, even if you weren't one of the 10 guys that wrestled, like you'd feel like you did something wrong type of
Yeah,
thing.
imagine Hidley who got a tech. He's just got to sit there and be like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yep, we messed up.
And the
Well,
funny
if
thing was,
Hidley had gotten a pin, he would have tied. Well, they still would have lost.
they won 6 out of 10 matches, and they
Yeah,
lost.
yeah. I mean, yeah, he by all accounts, they should have won the duel, and Ohio State shouldn't have. I mean, Ohio State should join the ACC. They're clearly, a contender for that conference title.
How bizarre is that? Ohio State beats Virginia Tech and NC State, but loses to Pitt.
Yeah, no, of all the teams for Ohio State to lose to, Pitt would not have been the team. Yeah, of those 3 teams, because like NC State is always like, top 10. Virginia Tech's been ranked top 10. Pitt has been like slowly
Top
creeping
20.
up towards
Yeah.
15. But at the beginning of the season, they were like maybe 25 or closer to 30. So yeah.
It's impressive too because remember, Ohio State doesn't have Sammy Sasso this year.
That's true. Yeah.
So they're running what, Patty Gallagher at 57. I mean, he's okay, but Sammy
He's not
Sasso's
Sammy
like a
Sasso.
title contender at that weight.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, very true.
I don't know. Yeah, craziness. So again at the Journeyman, so that was day 2. But let's circle back to Cornell, Iowa State. So this was like the biggest letdown of letdowns. Like we were hyping it up in our video. We were like, these are the matchups. Keep an eye out.
It's gonna be so good. It's
And
gonna be
then
like Iowa State. Like it's gonna be like, this is gonna be a great matchup, and then no.
okay, so to catch people up who don't know what we're talking about, basically Cornell, Iowa State was the last duel of the day. They had each wrestled
Little Rock and
Little Rock and Pitt.
And Pitt, yeah.
earlier in the day, and then they go to send out their guys, and lo and behold, Cornell's missing Brett Unger. They're missing 57
Vito.
Shapiro.
And
They're
Vito.
missing Julian Ramirez.
Yeah.
And who was the fourth?
It wasn't a Vito?
And Vito. Yeah, it was Vito.
That's what I thought.
And so they're like, okay, like why are they not wrestling? And after the match, or I guess the next day, it comes to light that Mike Ray's like, we he sent an email to like Cornell alumni, and he's
Right,
like,
right.
we don't back down from anyone. Injuries happen. All four of those guys that weren't in the lineup were injured from earlier in the day.
I mean, I'm gonna call BS on Julian Ramirez. There's no way he was injured. Didn't he wrestle both of the other matches? I think he just didn't want any part of David Carr until the NCAA tournament. Like, yeah, I don't think Ramirez could have been hurt. I feel like he was just a full on duck. I mean, I doubt all four of them were injured. It's a little too convenient that all four would be injured.
Yeah, it's way too fishy. And like Yanni was on Twitter saying like there's more to the story you guys don't know, and Vito was saying,
yep, Vito, yep,
injuries happen and stuff, and everyone in the comments just absolutely eviscerating them, saying, "Bro, you're ducking." Like,
it's too much of a coincidence for all four of them to just happen to be injured when they wrestled earlier in the day. Like, there's just no way. I think I mean, I really would have loved to have seen Chittum on Shapiro. I mean, Vito on Frost might have been cool, but Frost lost. He got killed by who teched him?
Nazir Bailey.
Yeah, Nazir Bailey out of nowhere techs Frost, and I'm just like, Tex? Frost has been like up and coming, making a big name for himself, and then he gets teched.
And Nazir Bailey wrestled Vito close. It was 4-0, and then he shoved him at the end because Vito headbutted him.
Right. Yeah.
Which was a little chippy.
Yeah, a little chippy.
But I like, sure, there may have been like, okay, maybe they got banged up in previous matches. Okay, fine. But the problem is like Mike Ray, by sending that message, he clearly says like, okay, yeah, this dual meet does not matter. This is December. I want my guys healthy for March. But then it's like that, by devaluing this duel, that's such a poor message to be sending for the sport. Like,
why didn't
matches,
you?
like, you're invited. Cornell is invited for the National Collegiate Duals. Like, you're expected to send out your top guys.
Like, why not send out your B guys earlier in the day?
Yeah, exactly.
Teams and save it for and hype up the Iowa State match, because I'm sure Cornell Iowa State was like something that grabbed people and wanted to attend. Like, oh yeah, I can't wait to see Cornell wrestle Iowa State. It's gonna be a great duel. And then four of their key starters all sit. Like, if I was a fan in attendance, I would be extremely underwhelmed and disappointed.
Well, and not to mention, like, you have to pay the it's like a pay-per-view. You got to pay $10 to view it online. So it's like all these people who want to pay to like watch this event, they're like, well, what the hell? And then like think about David Carr. Like, now he's going to be penalized for that one match that he lost to Julian Ramirez. And then he shows up to wrestle up against him, and then he just doesn't wrestle. Yeah. So now when seeding comes along, Julian Ramirez is going to have that edge.
Yep, potentially that's definitely going to be in his favor, unless Ramirez loses to someone else or something. But yeah, it's definitely, yeah, no, there's definitely like some duck in there to protect the seed or whatever, which is, I don't like seeing that.
it's just way too fishy that the four guys
Yeah, it's not like
that
just
are higher
one.
ranked
Yeah,
don't wrestle.
if it was just one, like you could overlook it, but it's way too coincidental that there's four. Freaking yeah.
It's
So
like
that
they would have wrestled at nationals if they were banged up, right? Like
yes, yeah.
you can't wrestle one 6 minute match if you're bad. Like how injured could
7 minute
they
match.
possibly be?
7 minute.
Especially like none of them were limping off from their matches earlier. Like
Yeah,
what
no,
could
there was no
they?
indication that any of them were injured. So
It's a poor message. I mean, so drop a comment down below. Like, what do you guys think needs to change in terms of making this sort of thing like not happen as
oh,
frequently?
some way of discouraging it from happening.
Yeah, I mean, people online were absolutely
I
tearing
mean,
Cornell
rightfully
apart.
so, though, because like this would be like Iowa State, and Iowa State not sending out David Carr, not sending out Feldkamp, not sending out Echemendia. Like if they just sat them against Iowa, or Iowa sitting there, guys, like
Especially if you know that's the marquee matchup. Like you said,
yeah,
why you rest your guy the match before? Like it's Little Rock. You know you're going to win the match.
yeah. Even though even though Little Rock, they came to wrestle.
No, yeah, they definitely did. They definitely did. But still, like, I mean, obviously you want every guy to wrestle every match.
Yeah,
But if your excuse is, yeah, no, he was banged up, he was injured, he can't wrestle the third match. Oh, what, against the guy that could beat him? Oh, okay, cool.
yeah, convenient,
I
convenient.
had I had proposed to you guys, I was like, what if there was you were only allowed to weigh in one guy per weight for duels?
I mean, that's a very interesting idea. I kind of like it. I feel like logistically they probably would never enforce that, but
For a multi-duel day, that would be tough because you'd be running into forfeits if something did actually
yeah,
happen,
like yeah, if someone got catastrophic, something happened,
or if
injury,
like
or
something happened in warm-ups. We see that happen all the time.
yeah,
But like, what difference does it make anyway? Like you're throwing out Cornell's throwing out their backup 65 who gets tech or pinned by David Carr. Like, who wants to watch that?
yeah, yeah. Well, hey, Greg Diacono Hollis didn't underwhelm.
Yeah, no, he got the
He
pin.
got the pin over Tarakina.
That one I'm thinking like Brett Unger may have been something there, but I'm like skeptical on Shapiro. I'm skeptical on Julian Ramirez.
Oh, Ramirez 100%. Like that was like duck. That he was ducking that for sure. He was like, "Nah, David Carr's ready to kill me. I'm not. I'm not. Mm-mm. I beat him 2 weeks ago, or whatever it was." Um, Foca, how about him beating Feldkamp? After Vegas, I was like, Foca's not going to beat anybody, and then he beats Feldkamp,
I
and
told you, I said to you guys in that video, I was like, he had a bad day. Everyone's entitled to have a bad day.
hey, yeah, maybe that's all it was. But then, I mean, Feldkamp also didn't he run into some trouble with Heller? Got
Yeah,
majored.
he got majored. He got tossed.
Uh, and it's funny
Tyler,
because Feldkamp's the guy that tosses people.
yeah, well, he got one thrown on him. I mean, man,
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Um, and then Echemendia, he continues his I don't know, I'm gonna go with hot and cold, like where he's like super competitive and you know, could be maybe in the title mix and then sometimes maybe not. When he majors Cole Matthews,
yeah, but what is wrong with Cole Matthews? Like he keeps losing. He has a losing record now.
does he really?
Yeah, I think he's like 4-6.
And he just got the win over Mendez.
He did. He sure
He
did.
beat Mendez, but
Those are the guys you got to watch out for at nationals who they they have the potential to like knock off someone big.
yeah, that's
But
true.
then like so they'll get a low seed at nationals and then they're just landmines that like you don't want to see early.
Yeah, that's kind of like that West Virginia guy, Killian Cardinale last year. I mean, he All American two or three times, but he was a low seed, and
He was 26 seed, yeah.
it's like how is this guy 26 seed?
Yeah, that's not fair.
Like, uh,
So aside from the journeyman, Jory Volk beats Richie Figueroa. We finally got to see Richie Figueroa wrestle.
yeah,
A
yeah, we did.
long-awaited debut, and
Glad he
he
got some
loses.
matches in, but I thought maybe he'd win the tournament, but Jory is
Jory
he's
Volk is good, man.
yeah, no, I mean, last year people thought he was an All-American contender, and I mean, I think he went like 1 or 2 at NCAAs, but
There's 20 guys that are all-American contenders at 25.
yeah, yeah, exactly. The whole bracket is an All-American contender at 25. Um, but yeah, no, well, and then even speaking of 25, Colton Camacho beat Unger.
Yeah, I think he'd beaten him in the past, so I feel like that's a matchup type thing because
Yeah,
Camacho he's got some bad losses this year. So I mean, solid win, but
yeah,
I don't know what's going on there. No, maybe
yeah,
he injured him.
yeah. Maybe that's it. Yeah, the,
Yeah.
the injury that's what's holding him back. But
And then at 57, Daniel Cardenas over Bryson Donian.
that was a big surprise. I was surprised.
Major.
Yeah, a major over Andonian, which means at CKLV had Shapiro not upset Andonian would have wrestled Cardenas and still lost. Like,
Yeah, Cardenas is the real deal.
yeah, he's definitely solidifying himself as one of the top guys at the weight. Despite, him losing in the what was it, the semis of Vegas.
By the way,
Um,
we always give a shout out to Caleb Henson for Virginia Tech for wrestling matches. How about Nick Bouzakis? Dude has 20 matches already on the season.
Buzakis, yeah, I mean,
All these Ohio State guys, they are grinding.
well, I guess they're trying to figure out how to get to the top, and they know they're not there, and they got to do something, and maybe it's getting all these matches in, which is, I mean, one could argue it's helping Buzakis because he's figuring things out seemingly, or maybe at times not.
Well,
Because
the pin over Arini will help.
yeah,
That's a good confidence booster.
yeah. But then, like at Vegas, when he lost to Stanford, when he lost to what's his face, um, got majored in the first round, but then he won what like 7 straight. So like
Oh, the
he's a,
guy that you coached against.
yes, yeah, he's a New England guy. I'm blanking on his name at the moment, but I know he's from Stanford.
It wasn't
Um,
Knox, right? No.
oh yeah, it was Knox. Yeah, that's
No.
it.
Yeah,
Knox.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, kudos to these guys. I mean, it's like I look over Levi Ains has only had 5 matches. I'm like,
5.
some guys, man, like we're almost halfway through the season.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's like almost the mid season, and then oh wow, yeah, we're 5 matches in. Woohoo!
Sriracha, I think he's 4-0.
That's that's it. How many matches does Keegan O'Toole have? Because I know he's gotten like 100% bonus, I think.
Oh wow. I think he's maybe 6 or 7 now, or maybe
Oh,
8.
is that it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I think I don't know if we'll see him at Midlands or not, but I think Missouri is listed for both Midlands and the Soldier Salute. So I don't know how they're gonna distribute
Divvy up
who's
who goes
going
where.
what, but
Iowa usually goes to the soldier salute, right?
Iowa and Iowa State are going amongst a bunch of other teams. Midlands actually has a pretty big field going.
Yeah, the Southern Scuffle I feel like has not as many teams going this
Yeah,
year.
that one
Kind of fell
lost
off.
steam. I feel like
Yeah, for
that
some
one.
reason there's less teams going or
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
that one's I think like it starts a day after the Midlands or something. It's
Yeah,
still like a week and a half out or so.
you're right. Keegan O'Toole, he is 8-0, 100% bonus rate. He beat Gianno Petrocelli of Air Force 23-12.
Oh,
I would have
23.
liked to see that. He probably gave up a takedown or two.
Yeah, he
12
had.
points?
You didn't give up 12 escapes.
Definitely not.
Yeah, definitely not 12 escapes.
But anyway, yeah, let us know your thoughts down below, especially on the Cornell whole situation. Just guys in general, upsets. What do you think is happening at 125? Who's the top guy? I think right now it's probably Anthony Noto, even though he lost to Matt Ramos in an exhibition match. But
Via major.
yeah, well, if you watch it, I mean that was kind of like a desperation at the end, but
Yeah, but
still. So yeah, let us know
hey,
down below.
undefeated in his official record.
It's true. It's true. So and be on the lookout for our 25 ranking video coming out soon. And yeah, let us know what you think. Hit that like button and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching Cactus Wrestling.
Thanks for watching. We are Cactus Wrestling, and we'll see you next time on our next video.